I started recording. I'll just put that up. Who cares? But yeah, the CKL playoffs, Collegiate Karting League. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes as the reigning Division 7 champions of the fall, that is. 5-2 record in the regular season, take on the University of Idaho, a school I think that was a loss to in the regular season. I have to double check that. As we go to the caster cam. First time in a while I get to use this. Oh, shoot. I'm not wearing Wartburg garb today. I just left the house without it, so I'm wearing the blue. It looks weird to be here without the Wartburg. But yeah, you see it here, Division 7 champions. Wartburg currently are. They played, I think we only were able to get like 1 or 2 games on stream because they play Sunday nights for some reason. I don't know. I don't get to choose that. And yeah, they're here now, getting ready to start their journey, the playoff journey at least, to another title. You see up top here that it says 0-0. I didn't know actually I was in front of it. That's actually, this is news. I thought I was behind that in our layers. But yeah, 0-0 up top there as well because it is best of 3. It is not just a simple best of 1. It's not just one game. It's going to be multiple things. I think somebody just fell out there. They are actively screaming, and it is kind of scary to hear. So I just hear things falling, and quite frankly, I'm worried for the space because it needs to be used for quite some time, especially 2 weeks from now. I think this is the first time that I'm making this completely public. I forgot I have to look at the camera. We are planning on hosting a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament here in 2 weeks. Battle at the Castle. If I had a graphic made for it, I would put it up, but I don't have one yet because I haven't put it out yet to everybody. But congrats on hearing it first here on stream and also on the VOD if you choose to watch. October 19th. October 19th will be Battle at the Castle number 1. We've wanted to do this for a little while, and we're finally going to be able to. It'll be me running it on here. We'll have the stream going to, put up a few things, and then I'll get that out officially into the server. I might send that out tonight to our server, and then I'll get it up in other places. So hopefully it's a pretty big event. On top of that, the current action that's going on, other championship things that should, at least playoffs, that will be happening. The MVEC LAN event, the finals for that, November 8th and 9th that weekend. It'll be here in Waverly. It will be set up here in the stream room as well as the McCaskey Lyceum. So that should be all right as we get closer and closer to the start time. I'll show you the bracket, what we got going on right now. I don't know if currently Florida and Arizona, which is the other matchup, is playing, but I'll try to find a way to see that. So you get to see me get up and move on over back to the setup. Back to the lab. But yes, you see it here. The playoff bracket for Division 4 of the CKL. Wartburg up top. Idaho, number 4. Arizona, number 2. And then sitting in the 3 seed is Florida. Let's see, is it? For 1,000,000,000%. All teams actually in the top 4. This is something I didn't know. 5-2. Wartburg just winning what they needed to. The second most points for in the division. Doing math right now. I think second lowest points against. Yes, second lowest points against other results. Yeah, the rest of the standings fill out as such. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put up the graphic that they made. It doesn't look pretty, but they keep making noise in there, and quite frankly, I get scared by it sometimes. You know, I think out of any of the teams, the Carters do scare me the most. just because of what they are. You know? Not of who they are as people. They're okay people. That's a bit harsh. Let's see, how pixelated does that look? Just a little pixelated, but that is how the final standings ended out. It's actually the Switch goes dark because we're waiting this long for things to get rolling. Yeah, you see it there, St. Xavier just barely missing out on the cut. Kennesaw State back 2 games, finished 3 and 4. I cannot remember what school that is. Oh my goodness. I think that was like Nebraska or something. 1 and 6 and then cuts down. University finishing 0 and 7. I'll bring it back to this screen and I will get rid of this. Actually, I'll just delete that file, Team Peter. I don't need it anymore. As we await the start of round 1. Let me see if I can do some research, find the other things going on. Arizona Esports. I love Google. Arizona Esports. They have a link tree. Let's see where that takes us. Twitch. Put it up right there. Let's see. Nothing. Oh my god, they haven't streamed since last year. YouTube. Let's see, you got anything for me, Arizona? Probably not. Nope. Let's see. Official website is not in existence. You love to see that. Let's see. Let's go. Florida. Sports. FIU. No, I want University of Florida. University of Florida. Here we go. Actually, we're getting ready to get into the game with Mario Kart. William. First pick. We'll wait to see what track we head to. Water Park. As we wait for the lag to go on through. Here they are. Lewis and Clark, the front runner and the one on stream for Wartburg. Hopefully that works to get rid of things on screen. Going to start this one from the back. See all Wartburg in their orange. A lot of different characters actually for Idaho. Not what you typically see. A little surprising. Lewis and Clark up in the back. Lindor, Hood, the 2 in front of him. Does get a star. And there we go. Gotta get the controls out of the way. Picks up the triple red. Oh my goodness, the triple mushroom. See Gremlin there. Crunchy, also for Wartburg. This is the first time I've ever seen Rosalina used in a competitive setting. Lap number 3, though, already. Up to 5th place is Lewis and Clark. Green shell in the pocket. Shock used. Squid up in 2nd. I do think that is an Idaho driver. All the way up front is Lewis and Clark. It's going to mushroom there. Try to find a way. Will not get there in time. Be interesting to see exactly where everyone falls. You see a massive orange. Yoshi's there in the middle. Let's see. So, finishing spots for Wartburg. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 10th. For the first race, that'll put them up 14 points. All courses picked. Sydney Sprint is where we're going to go for race number 2. As we await the load times. They're off for race number 2. Already in the lead is Crunchy for Wartburg. Through the Opera House they go. Interesting to see already our first short track. It's race number 2. Green shell being avoided by Lewis and Clark. Almost gets hit by it on the bounce back. Banana in hand before a bob-omb. Light Gremlin trailing behind. I wonder, does Squid feel a home field advantage driving this course? Light gets hit by the bomb. And Lewis and Clark is starting to take a commanding lead. Does have that inkling of Idaho behind, as well as Gremlin. Not so far. More of a safety that, though. Is it Gremlin on that inkling? Through the off-road. It's technically track, not off-road by the by the stats, but final lap already. Lewis and Clark going to burn that last banana. Banana's laid across the bridge. Point in hand, Lewis and Clark. No one's really been close to him at all. Boo into shock. Doesn't seem like it's going to matter much for Lewis and Clark. A blue shell coming in, though. Plenty of space between him and second. Here, 1, 2, 3 calls from Wartburg. And it is Gremlin on that inkling. Good for me to clear that up for myself. And Wartburg do get that first, second, third, as well as 6th, 10th, and 12th. Another 14 points for them. Perfect. And we're going to Rome for race number 3. Wartburg currently leading 96 to 68. As we get ready for this third race in game number 1 between Wartburg and Idaho. Instant clash of the Wartburg Yoshis there once again. Coin in hand for Lewis and Clark. Behind that, a banana. Shasta runs into the statue. Loses out on first place for Idaho. Behind that, Hood, who is now taking first place from Lewis and Clark. Off the Monty Mole, gets that little bit of the jump, the boost. AFK for Idaho behind Lewis and Clark, throwing fireballs. Around the fountain. Red Shell gets blocked thanks to that banana that Lewis Clark was holding on to. Banana into green shell for him now. He's going to use both. That one was on track to hit Hood, I think, just because it was in air, did not get there. Blue Shell flying in is going to hit Hood. Lewis and Clark going to take back first place as we reach lap number 3. Coliseum and back out. Shock used. Lewis and Clark is going to be able to get that double. Has a coin into a horn. Picks that one up. Crunchy now, and caught up a little bit in first place though. Through the ring they go. Currently set up for a Wartburg 1, 2, 3. Lewis and Clark loses it though after using that horn. So first, second, fourth, 6th, 9th, and 11th for Wartburg. And this time it'll be a 16-point gain in their favor. As we get ready for the Idaho selections. Excuse me, the game selections as Idaho has picked theirs. Wartburg pick once again. This time we're going to high roll circuit. I don't remember ever seeing high roll circuit as a pick in on-stream antics before. Antics. I don't know why I said that with an accent there. I had a bit of a hiccup, and that made me do it. Squid throwing the shell backwards straight into Lewis and Clark. And then everybody stealing the rupees before he can get them. And in case you did not know, here on High Rolls... never mind. Actually, I have seen it in the past. I remember it was Landon and I on the call, and he did not know what rupees were. But yes, if you did not know, here on High Roll Circuit, coins are changed to rupees. So Lewis and Clark uses that shell. I'll leave that banana to B. I didn't know they changed the graphics on the piranha plants, though. I think that's pretty cool. Golden mushroom in the pocket. Lewis and Clark uses it. As a star in hand now, as we're only about a halfway through this race now. Star used in the double pickup. Shock in hand for Lewis and Clark. Brown thing goes for a bite. Wartburg currently had both the blue shell and a shock. They're going to use both of them. It's 3 Idaho drivers up top in first place. Only one of them gets hit by that blue shell as Lewis and Clark is going to pick up the 8. Not as useful as you might hope it to be. Uses it there. Is going to go straight into the double. Is now chasing. He's going to have a star straight into another star. Uses one, uses the second. Does also have 3 mushrooms to support himself with. Going to see just how far he can get up. Wartburg seems like does take first place in this race. Where the rest of the team falls, we will wait to see. Squid in first place there for Wartburg. First, and then John Longon in 4th. Lewis Clark 8th. Crunchy in 9th. Gremlin 10th. And Ray, Gremlin in 9th. Ray in 10th. That's going to put Wartburg still in the positive, though. +2 this time. See if there's any way to see just how they're doing in the Florida-Arizona match. Can't see it. It is unknown. 5th race, Neo Bowser City. So I have no clue what the scores are in the other game of round number 1. Mushroom in hand for Lewis and Clark, though. The Wartburg 1, 2, 3, and you would expect out of this track they hold pride in the fact that they are very, very good here. Although a lot of items being used is going to stop that from continuing. Lewis and Clark uses that single mushroom has a triple now, and in the pocket will be another mushroom. Can be useful, but isn't exactly pretty, especially not on a track like Neo Bowser City, where it's so tight and slippery that a mushroom isn't really helpful except for sections like here. Has that one mushroom in hand, picks up another item, now moving into, well, it wasn't third, hit the wall, back and forth. Ray gets, I think, might have hit Lewis and Clark, and there's a shock. Coming in now is a star for Idaho. John Longon still in first place for Wartburg. A lot of things going on here in the middle of the pack, though. I think it might be Idaho 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Or if not, they're very close to it at least. Lewis and Clark going to get the ghost there. Finishes in 4th. Upsets that order that I thought was going to be. And we'll see what that puts them at. John Long gone in 1st. Lewis and Clark 4th. Ray 7th. Crunchy 8th. Gremlin 10th. And Squid in 11th. Good chance here. And it is, for the first time so far, Idaho gets a positive point swing in their favor. Vancouver Velocity. Technically speaking, a place Mario and friends should be used to, given their history in the Olympics. The DS game of it had a story mode, by the way. I never beat that. Would have loved to, though. I might go back and play that sometime, but I don't know if I actually ever will. There go. Lewis and Clark trailing behind John Long gone. It's going to be, I believe that's AFK of Idaho battling now with Lewis and Clark for 1st place. Vancouver Velocity, a place I know I haven't seen. I don't remember this at all. Yet another tour track. You're going to any single time that it is a city, real life city based thing, it will be a tour track. AFK takes 1st place. Gremlin up in 2nd. Blue Shell flying in, though. Gonna catch Gremlin. Lewis and Clark sitting back. 10th place. Make that 11th. Make that 12th. Picks up 2 items. A triple mushroom and a boo. Door in 11th. And I believe that Idaho might have 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd here currently. It's John Longon fighting up top. Trying to still pick up points for Wartburg. Lewis and Clark uses that mushroom. Mushroom, my goodness, that bullet bill. Oh, whilst getting hit there by the shell there was Lewis and Clark. Hello, official. Hello, Lukey in the chat, by the way. Yeah, a race counter would be nice, but you know, you can only ask for so much for a pre-made thing, sadly. Final lap is here. John Longon just drove into that banana right as we get to the finish line. Idaho picks up 1st, 2nd, and I believe even 3rd. Yes, they do. It's going to be a big point swing in their favor. Just an off race there for Wartburg. As they pick up 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, and 11th. Minus 18, the biggest point swing so far in this game. Wartburg still do lead it by 26. Daisy Cruiser, the pick from Idaho. We will not be going there, though. will be Choco Mountain. Idaho with that 3 up top. They're going to be running this as much as possible. This Clark Shellenhand gets the point-blank shot off. Try to pump Hood into that pillar. I thought Hood might have hit in the bat there. She might have hit, not hit. A lot of bumping going on up top in this race so far. Lewis and Clark driving across that mud with that mushroom. Middle of the pack is filled up. A lot of orange Yoshis, but it's more of a mix towards the actual full back of the pack. Lewis and Clark, you see it on that mini-map, trying to make his way through into second place here. Is battling with Hood for it. Might have hit something, as did Hood. Or it might just be lag. No, John Longon did get hit, did fall. But it was just a little bit of lag. As Lewis and Clark all by himself, just a banana to protect him in first place. Now has a horn to protect him and quite a big gap. That Birdo keeps getting hit by things. Shock used. As trailblazing is John Longon. Hood gets hit by a bomb. John Longon alongside Lewis and Clark is going to take the lead here. Has a mushroom in hand, is ready to use it against the blue shell. Just in case there is one flying, but there's a Birdo. It's Dirter for Idaho. Throws the green shell, hits. Lewis and Clark, last ditch attempt, throws the red. Didn't matter. Hit mid-air. Great result, though, there for Wartburg. Places on that one. First for John Longon, third for Lewis and Clark, fourth for Crunchy Ray in fifth, Squid in seventh, and Gremlin in ninth. 22 points the swing there. New highest swing in the game. Puts Wartburg a full game ahead of Idaho. The max you can get is 40 in a race. So that puts them a complete 1 through 6 in front of Idaho at the very least. As we wait for it to roll. Wild Woods. John Longon just going to drop back. Straight into bagging. As Lewis and Clark sits first place. 2 Idaho racers right behind him, though. Get downstream. Hit by a red. Overtaken by 4. Make that a lot, actually. He's going to drop back all the way to last place. Blue shell in hand already for Lewis and Clark is going to toss it out. Takes that skip there. That boost out of the item box doesn't really matter much. It's star into triple mushroom. Yet again, star into triple mushroom for Lewis and Clark. He's going to be trying to be pulling something just a little bit better. Might be looking for an offensive item. Gets a bullet bill, even better for him. Boomerang getting sent backwards by, I believe it was Hood. Last lap here, though. It is an orange Yoshi all the way up in first. Behind that, though, is two Birdos. Call for a hold off on a blue shell. Seems Wartburg has one. Lewis and Clark now in third place. Blue shell is out. Targeting Durder. Lewis and Clark gets caught by it. Can't recover in time to get second place. That was close. Almost slid into the finish line in second. First, third, fourth, 7th, 10th, and 12th. For Wartburg in that race, it's going to be a +6 for them. After race number 8, one more Grand Prix to go. Very red stages being picked right now. One thing to note, it is to the choice of the teams whether or not they want to allow repeat tracks. But it has to be an agreement by both teams. Grumble Volcano. Off they go. For race number 9 here in game 1. A lot of mixing up being there. Lewis and Clark missing out on a double box. Rolling into the off-road. Is going to be short on that jump. I don't know if this is intentional for trying to bag, but it just doesn't look that pretty from Lewis and Clark yet. Trying to steal. Maybe it might have actually taken that double from Lindor of Idaho. Star of Gremlin to his right is going to be able to keep his glider on that one. The volcano is starting to collapse in on itself. Star being used, triples there. Shock in hand of John Longcon. You saw it as he passed. Shock used there. 2 stars out for Wartburg, able to dodge it. And a crazy 8 in hand for Lewis and Clark. Blue shell flying in. It's going to be Squid who gets hit by it. Lewis and Clark going to ditch that. Crazy 8 now. Red shell behind him gets used. Drives into Squid who had triple greens. I believe his shell got blocked as well. He's dropped back into 6th now. Shock used. A star coming in. Winds up before it gets near too close to Lewis and Clark, who does have a mushroom in hand. Going to use it to drive off that side there into the finish line. We'll get second, the Rosalina. of Idaho picks up first, way ahead there. Second, fourth, sixth, seventh, ninth, and 10th there for Wartburg. Leaves it an even flat 41 each. No points gained or lost after race number 9. As Wartburg are going to choose Moo Moo Meadows as their next. Paris Promenade, the choice from Idaho. And we're going back to Paris. A phrase Hitman speedrunners hate to hear. It's a very niche reference. And they're off. Lewis and Clark sitting in first place right now. Ready to go under the Eiffel Tower. That's a joke. Because most every racer does take this left path. I guess it's actually pretty close to half and half. All I know is Lewis and Clark does at every opportunity take this path. Way in last place, gets triple mushroom into star this time. We gotta mix it up, get a little crazy with it. And through the center of the Arc de Triomphe. Does have blue shell in hand. Star is going to use it there. That's going to hit the Birdo of Idaho. John Longon is able to avoid it, takes first place. Star used by Lewis and Clark. Going to hit that Birdo of Idaho. A different one, I would only assume. As we get to the final lap. A little too much speed there. Lewis and Clark ran into the star of, I believe it was Crunchy. John Longon with a long lead. He is quite gone. Someone drove into the wall there for Wartburg. Lewis and Clark, Bullet Bill is used. And a chance to track down as high a position as he could get. Can't pick up fourth. The Bullet Bill actually kind of just stopped there. Seemed like it slowed down. Lewis and Clark a point away from 99 now. As John Longon finishes fourth, Lewis and Clark fifth. Then it's 5th, 7th, 10th, and 12th. Wartburg lose points. Going into the penultimate race of game number 1. So if Wartburg lose by anything more than 10, Idaho still have a chance to take this. But if they lose by 10 or, well, I guess 9 or less, Wartburg will have confirmed game number 1. Off they go. Third light. 1 and 2. Now make that 1 and a little bit less than 2. A little bit more than 2. Dirter and Hood now 1 and 2 for Idaho. Squid there trying to mix it up. Does run into a car. A horn used there by Lewis and Clark, who has a bob-omb in hand. A little bit of bump drafting. Bob-omb thrown. Is going to hit Hood. Green shell. Lewis and Clark sitting in first with a red shell to hold on to. As we get halfway through lap number 2. Gremlin in second place to Lewis and Clark. Runs into something there. Can't tell what it was. Clark throws away that red shell. Double banana. Gremlin still in behind of Lewis and Clark. It's Hood behind him. And actually, it's a close battle for second there. Can't really tell who it is. A cut, though, almost gives Hood that first place. Still trailing it. Hood gets it on that one. Lewis and Clark unable to catch up. But it all depends on how this middle ends out. Gremlin drops back pretty far there. And it might be a little close, but it seems, I think, Wartburg might have taken game 1 officially here. Let's see. 2nd, 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Is going to be a push. Wartburg take game 1. Going 50 points into the lead to the last race of game number 1. They're a step closer to that championship game. We'll wait to see what the pick is. It's going to be random. It's going to be Mount Wario. There they go. Lewis and Clark trailing behind Hood of Idaho. Is going to hit that nice skip into section number 2. See a Kamek out there, by the way. Bob-omb held by Lewis and Clark. It's really hard to tell how big of a lead he actually has. He has a second bob-omb. This is news to me. I was not looking in that top left. I saw one, and my brain simply assumed there wouldn't be a second bob-omb. Lewis and Clark waits for that shock to go out. Coin in hand. Make that a banana now. Blue shell still going to target onto Lewis and Clark. He's going to have to drop back into this last section. Mushroom in hand for him. That Yoshi drives directly into my... I can't tell in Star who that Yoshi's for. Mushroom into boost pad, 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 into glider, into the rings, into Star for Lewis and Clark. Everyone's using their stars now. Lewis and Clark finishes 7th. But the results on this one did not matter. But it was 2nd, 4th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th for Wartburg. They ended up losing 4 there. But again, that one does not matter. Wartburg go a game up on Idaho. Oh, whoa, whoa. There we go. See, as I will take a quick break to use the restroom. The Wartburg currently up 1-0. We'll be right back after a short break.
Atomic particles traveling near the speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature. Close to the speed of light is a kind of elixir of life. Because time slows down close to the speed of light, special relativity provides us with a means of going to the stars.
We are back waiting for game number 2. Man in the chair is Squid right now. Squid,
Good evening, viewers.
how was that race for you guys? You guys took it with 1 to go still,
Yeah.
so a pretty free one there.
You know, it's been really amazing just to see how far they've come in the beginning, you know, with a few of our teammates, graduating. Shout out Emma, Luke. Yeah, and so, it's been really great to see how far they've stepped up into this role and just done so well. It's been very good to see how far we've, come from the beginning of the season to now. And yeah, up 64 at the end is always a good feeling to be up in the first race. But, we've got another race. Anything can happen. And yeah, we need this and we're going to get it. And we're going to get this win.
I mean, you see it behind you there, the banner from last year.
Oh, yes. Div 7 champions.
So most certainly trying to repeat that but this time, about 3 divisions higher it is.
Yeah, they've changed the divisions a little bit because, there's a few teams. But it's been, really great so far. The Vandals, UI, great team, fantastic team. I know a couple of them, talked to them before, really nice guys. They're also super competitive. They're, a strong opponent. So yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah. I was trying to look for the other game. Neither team is live. You have to go.
All right.
But I'll tell you this right now. I have no idea what the actual score is. So
no.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out, yeah. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you after we get this win.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Squid, for coming on to stream. We'll get into the action. Still waiting on things to go. It will be John Long Gone, our on-stream racer from game number 2. The Knights hoping to make sure it doesn't go to a game 3. No guarantee in that, though. He had a very PR-trained answer there, by the way. I did not expect him to answer that like an athlete who's just gone through the PR training. I didn't even ask him about the new people. I was just asking how that game went, but I get on him for that one. It is cool to see that the rest of the players, though, have been able to at least try to match the skill of the veterans of this team for Wartburg. Of course, losing Clark, John, Long Gone, Squid, all part of that championship team. Ray was on the roster, as was Gremlin, but didn't really get to have much race time. As we get ready for game number 2. Here we go. Obviously not, completely, but in the lobby. You get to listen to the lobby music. All racers are here. Idaho, the hosts this time. As we get to race number 1. Moo Moo Meadows, the pick from Wartburg. Assuming. And there it is, Gremlin. Does match the pick. Daisy Cruiser for race number 1 of game number 2. It's still playing the searching music. There it is. A line of Yoshis. Dry Bowser. And then Daisy for Wartburg. Rosalina, the Birdos. Oh, and then 2 white Yoshis for Idaho. Lewis and Clark already making his way up to the top 2. Runs into a wall twice, 3 times. Maybe even 4. As AFK hits their teammate. Excuse me. Horn in hand for the Yoshi in first. John Long on a little bit of home boat advantage, I guess. Not really a field, a court, anything like that. It is a boat for Daisy. Red Shell will hit John Longon. He's going to pick up coin into coin. Misses the item box, though. Is down in 8th. Gets hit by a rogue boomerang. All the way back in 9th. Make that 10th. Makes that 11th. Actually soon to be 12th. It is. And gets hit by a green shell. Nothing going right for John Longon here. Is going to wait around to pick up an item or 2. Make it just the 1 will do for him. It is a triple mushroom as he uses all 3. An 8 for Lindor. Star for John Longon. As it was an Idaho racer in first place. But then 2nd, 3rd, 4th for Lewis and Clark, Squid, and Crunchy for Wartburg. So with 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 9th, 10th, and 12th for Wartburg. They'll start it off at a -4. Moo Moo Meadows, again, the choice for Wartburg. And we're going to where the cows roam. Time for race number 2. Someone bumped into the wall there. It's an orange Yoshi up in first place. Red does not hit them, but it doesn't matter. They're getting overtaken by the Birdo and Rosalina. AFK gets hit by a red shell there. It just looked like someone had thrown a green and hit themselves there, thanks to the little bit of desync there is. A red shell gets tracked down, hits John Longun, who gets a box stolen from him by Crunchy. As we get closer and closer to lap number 3. Perfect time for a ghost for Gremlin. Wartburg, 2nd, 3rd, 4th currently. That orange Yoshi is trying to track down that Birdo. There is a blue shell, but it will not be out in time. I think maybe actually that Yoshi might have stolen first place. We'll wait to see. Could only see it on the minimap. Lewis and Clark unable to steal first from Dirter there. So it is, once again, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Wartburg, but also 5th, 6th, and 12th. 12-point swing in their favor. Tokyo Blur, the choice from Wartburg. Yoshi Circuit from Idaho. Yoshi Circuit it is. John Longon alongside 2 of the Birdos from Idaho, heading straight to the back. A Wario choice from Gremlin. John Longon star in hand all the way back in 12th place. It's 3 Yoshis up top in first for Wartburg. Crazy 8 picked up by, excuse me, I almost said Lewis and Clark there, by John Longon. Triple mushroom into a bullet. John Longon finally crosses the line for 2nd lap. Bullet Bill into star as he runs into Gremlin, who's also in a star. Good extend there from John Longon. Got to the S's of Yoshi's frills. This thing's on his head. I don't actually know what they're called. Another bullet bill for him. And also another star. Gets a hit there on a Birdo. Drove straight into the wall, though, after getting out of the bullet bill. Is going to be able to dodge that shock. The front, though, loaded with Idaho drivers. first place secured for them. And John Longon is only going to be able to get 4th place. What a result there from Wartburg. Not a great one. 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 12th for Wartburg. They're going to go down 22. Now trailing by 14 points in total in this second game. We wait to see what race number 4 will be. It's a Vandal pick. Ninja Hideaway. Over the pond. I know I've seen this track before. It just does not look familiar to me. As here we get to the glide section. The bamboo shoots. Squid 2nd place. It was Hood up there in 1st. But AFK now in 2nd. John Longon making sure they don't get too far away. Almost falling off the track there. Gonna take the low route. Blue shell flying in. Hood able to get into the glider before John Longon can set up the green shell. Still going to keep 1st place. Unsure what John Longon got hit by there as we enter the final lap. Two Wartburg racer, well, maybe there's just one in a red shell straight into Gremlin. John Longon getting bumped into. I actually don't know who that was, what that was that got bumped. I think it was Banana on the ground. Sitting back in 11th. Idaho's sitting pretty for a 1-2 once again. And it will be Idaho 1-2, but Gremlin on the Wario finishes up in 3rd. We'll wait to see where the rest of the results lie. It will be a pretty nice swing there for the Vandals, as the Knights only pick up 3rd, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Another 22-point swing in favor of Idaho. Hello thank you, I should say, to everyone watching live on the Wartburg Esports Twitch page. Thank you to the alumni of the team. Mario Kart team currently tuning in. As we're here on Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road to be precise. I know there are a lot of them. Double mushroom in hand for John Long Gone. He's going to take that first skip. Squid actually fell there before he could hit the boost section. The tunnel. Forget just how bright this Rainbow Road is. Red Chill in the hand of John Long Gone. Lewis and Clark sending forward. Fireballs. In comes the blue shell. Will hit that Birdo of Idaho. Red shell hits light for John Long Gone. Shock used. It's going to push John Long Gone up into second place. Hood doing what they can to stay in first. I think they might have fallen off as John Long Gone takes first place. Another shock already. Isn't going to matter, though, much for John Long Gone. He gets it straight into a boost section, into this winding bit. The S's, the split S's at that. Green shell in his hand. Does have support, but not much of it right now. 2 Idaho players behind him. Another red shell flying in is going to hit him. He's going to drop first place and second place. Make that third place as well. Idaho in this second game have done a great job of maintaining their places. Red shell ready for John Long Gone. It is going to get demolition used, broken. Any other word would have worked there. John Long Gone sits in the second place. Light behind, Durner in front. Look at this Tanuki Mario of Gremlin in fourth place. Double res. John Long Gone uses one, uses the second. It's a horn. Is not going to be able to catch up. Doesn't even get second place. Gets caught by a green shell on a bounce. That's third for John Long Gone. First, second, and fourth for Idaho. It'll be third, fifth, 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th for Wartburg. Another 22-point swing in favor of the Vandals. Wartburg need to recover here. As they cannot. All these picks, by the way, have been Idaho. Obviously, I don't think all of them. I think there might have been one Wartburg race in this game. DK Jungle, excuse me. Falls is not the right thing. There they go. John Long Gone surrounded by Vandals. this track. John Longo sitting up in 4th. Lewis and Clark, a little bit of support there for him. There's actually someone down on the ground in 1st place for Wartburg now. Hood avoids all the fireballs. John Longo almost drives off the track there. Does end up breaking that barrel, though. So, you know, a good snipe either way. Hood gets hit by that red. And it is going to matter. They fall off. Wartburg 1, 2, 3 as we sit. Blue shell flying in, though. It is Squid up in 1st. Second place now for John Long Gone. This is Lewis and Clark in 1st. Squid for Wartburg as well in 3rd. And Wartburg are doing a pretty good job of flipping that momentum for themselves. Middle of the pack, though, is very much Vandal White. Actually, they're yellow, but I have to go switch to white in order to stand out a little bit more against Wartburg's orange. Star coming up, but it shocks the Vandals. One of those was a Vandal player. The other one was a Squid for Wartburg as John Longon now gets his star. Dirter falls off. John Longon will take 3rd place as a 1, 2, 3 now for Wartburg. I did hear a crazy pop-off, by the way, from beyond the door. I have no idea why. It sounded like John Longon, but it was kind of crazy. I did not expect a crazy pop-off. It is a gain of 18, though, for Wartburg. They're down only 40. That's a full 1st through 6th. Can be overcome in just one race. I will say to R2 Devils in chat, first off, hello. Get ready for the Smash season. Yeah, this is just the meta. It is the Teddy Kart and, well, Teddy Scooter. What is it? Teddy Buggy, I think, and Teddy Scooter with the small wheels. That is just objectively the best kart in the game. And then everyone uses Yoshi because he is the, yeah, it is Teddy Buggy. I knew that was right there. Thank you, Cookie Cap. It is weird, to be honest, I will say. Okay. And I'm getting it, and this is why I don't read chat. I'm going to go back to calling the game. Never again. Never again going to read chat. Race. I actually forgot what race this is now. Race number 7. We're halfway through the second game here. Wartburg still trailing by 40 to Idaho after taking game number 1. John Longon sitting in 1st, has Lewis and Clark behind him. I will be never interacting with the community, by the way, anymore. I will strictly call the game. Behind those two, though, is 2 Birdos of Idaho. I think my favorite part about Mario Kart is the fact that if you're playing on Pro Controller, you can just shake the controller violently in order to make sure that you secure the boosts off of the jumps. Blue shell flying in. John Longon has a horn to protect himself. Lewis and Clark stopped up and has let 2 Birdos through. John Longon, no more protection. The only thing protecting him right now is that banana in his second slot. He will drop it and pick up first place for Wartburg. Someone can't wait to see who it is. Crunchy stole third place from Hood of Idaho. We'll wait to see. First, third, fifth, sixth, eighth, and 10th for Wartburg. That's going to put them up 14 points, making the difference even smaller. Now it's only 26. It'll be very hard to, beat that in one, though. Highest scoring race so far between both games has been a 22-point swing. I'll be honest there, in response to that chat message. I sometimes I have to double check that it actually is a Wartburg driver before I count the score for the overlay. Because I'm like, well, no, because that would just be an orange Yoshi. I think the thing that messes with me is the fact that it's constantly changing for Gremlin. If it was one consistent, I'd be all right, but, the point is to have fun. It's to win and have fun, both at the same time as we are in the airport. John Long Gone being challenged vigorously for first place. Dirter takes it for at least a little bit. Red Shell is going to hit them. I think they might have landed off of the platform. They did. But John Long Gone drives off. He's going to be able to pick up that double box. Now sitting in 10th place. Make that 11th. Now 10th. Will change again. It will to 9th. Has a boo. Is going to use it. Pick up a mushroom for his travels. Under the plane and up back to being tangible. John Long Gone will use that mushroom that he stole to skip across the grass. Has two more with him. Red Shell en route. Is going to fly past him. That was interesting to see. Now sitting in 11th place, though. In first and second, two Yoshis for Idaho. Heard a call for shock out of Wartburg. John Long Gone uses the bullet into the shock. We'll see where this puts him. Along the curve, it's going to sit him in second place. He has a star, but he barely falls to the right of the cage, the fencing. John Long Gone just going to drive straight through that bomb. First and second for Wartburg. John Long Gone gets hit by that red. The triple bananas couldn't get out in time. He's going to be in last place, and that is where he will finish. Third through sixth, though, for Wartburg. So it'll be third. Excuse me. I thrown off by Gremlin on the Bowser Jr. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 11th, and 12th for Wartburg there. They'll lose 8. They have only 4 races to go. 1 full Grand Prix left to catch Idaho. Will they be able to do it? We're going to go to Twisted Mansion. starting to remember some of the names again. Right before their season ends. The doors open and they enter said Twisted Mansion. John Long Gun, one of the many to take that shortcut there with his mushroom. And now they go underwater. John Long Gun sitting in first place currently. It is going to be hard to keep that, though. It does have two trailing him and didn't get a good enough look as to who it was, though. And, of course, it is two Idaho drivers. Fireballs flying in. John Long Gun sitting in sixth place now, as it is a sea of vandals in front of him. Two Birdos at Rosalina. Yoshi leading up. Red Shell coming in is going to hit John Long Gone. Idaho are going to get an amazing points haul here. Wartburg can't really seem to do anything. John Long Gone in fifth after a great timing of that red shell. Crunchy now sitting in fourth. A star coming in behind a blue shell sent in. Isn't going to get there in time, though, for Wartburg to really be able to capitalize. In fact, I think it might have gone past the start line. Top four for Idaho. Fifth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and 12th. 28-point swing going into race number 10. Do quick math here. And by quick math, I mean I'm going to search calculator on the computer. 62 divided by 3. Wartburg need an average of about 21 points in order to take this one. And that's in a gain. As we are headed to Toad Harbor. AFK has been the front runner here for Idaho. John Long Gone going to choose to head straight to the back of the pack. Going to wait to be sure to pick up the double box. Losing Clark alongside him. Used by John Long Gun is going to bring him a mushroom. Does have a star in hand, though. Probably getting hit by everything. John Long Gun still holding on to that star. Is going to use it now. Setting up in third, Squid in front of him. That is an Idaho Birdo, who's getting tracked down now. Blue shell incoming. Is going to transition over to, I think it's Squid, but I think it still hit the Birdo. Actually unable to see. I thought it was going to be going for John Long Gone. It ended up not. As it's Wartburg 1-2 right now at least. Still do have a full lap to go. And it'll start right now. John Long Gone getting trailed by who I believe is Crunchy. And after that, it is a million Vandals. John Long Gone falling off top track. Crunchy is going to take first place. Green shell flying in. Not going to be able to get anything off there. Crunchy throws the red, as does John Long Gone. Blue shell coming in. John Long Gone with the horn, as was Crunchy. Wartburg take the 1-2, but then it's Birdos for at least 2 spots after that. We'll wait to see if it's 3. 1, 2, 5, 8, 10 for Wartburg. 2, 5, what was that, 4? 8, 10, 11. An 8-point swing. They now trail by 54. Another race like that means Idaho will have taken game number 2. Maple Tree away the choice. And it will be the pick. Wartburg need to perform well. In fact, they need to perform amazing in order to stay in this one. John Long Gone now sitting in the middle of everything. Does have 2 mushrooms, is going to use one there. And still not the second. Going to get that draft off of Crunchy. Dirter drives into John Long Gone, had the triple shells. John Long Gone in 6th. It is a orange Yoshi leading up front. Blue shell flying in, though. John Long Gone falling onto Banana from a leaf pile. That shill will hit. Crazy 8 for John Long Gone. He's going to throw them all out. Going to ride that star for as long as he can. He gets hit by that bullet bill, though. Now sitting in 9th. Wartburg need to recover well here. They need to get up in high places as we get ready for the final lap. Shock is going to be used. John Long Gone falls off that bridge. Unsure what happened there. John Longon, 11th place, pulls the golden mushroom. And Wartburg don't seem like they'll be able to do anything here. We'll wait to see the official count, though. Bullet Bill, the last chance effort from John Longon, trying to beat out, and does, a few more racers. First, second, third, but that 4th through 7th for Idaho. Eighth, 9th, and 11th for Wartburg. We'll put him at plus 14. A perfect race would be a tie. Electrodrome. The pick from Idaho. Toad Circuit. John Longon staying back. And an early lead is 2 Birdos. Fighting for it. You see there that orange Yoshi. It's a few. It's actually really heavily bunched up front. Star in hand for John Longon. Golden being used. Star time from John Longon. Is not going to take that boost. Is trying to hit the Birdo. Can't before the star runs out. Again, Wartburg need a perfect to tie. They currently hold everything but 4th. This has a more of a shot of happening than I ever could have thought. They have all the way up till 4th right now. That Morton of Gremlin has a star. And it will not happen. Two spots away from that perfect. As they get 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 8th. Plus 32. The biggest points game so far in any of the games. But it isn't going to matter. The difference of 8 is all that does. So we are going to go back to that star screen. Actually, you know what? We'll go back to the caster screen. 1-1 the score now. As we get ready for game number 3. That is true. This is the first ever game 3. It is normally just a sweep either direction normally for the Knights. But Idaho is doing a great job of staying in this one. Oh, that wasn't Morton. My goodness. Make sure everything's good. There we go. We'll get to sit in the chair. Let's see if anyone wants to talk before I do that. I'm gonna. Oh, that door slams. Hold on. There's my water bottle. Let me ask the question. So, to game 3 we go. As I am over here stepping on a billion cords. I didn't know this song was on our playlist, and I made it. Take a sip of water. Turn the sticker. Oh my goodness. But yeah, game 3 for. Okay, I will make sure that everything is actually fixed real quick. So you're not gonna hear me talk. But I'll send it back to the start stream, and then we will make sure everything is going. Be back after a quick break.
You on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? Yeah, I see you on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? 'Cause I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. Can you meet me on the dance floor? I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna is young, we go, it's strong till dawn. Up all night till the morning comes. We love it so, we go, it's strong.
Game number 3 here between Wartburg and Idaho in round 1 of the Division 4 CKL playoffs. I can still boot it up. There we go. It is working. Just a reminder of what the playoffs look like. This Wartburg Idaho matchup is 1 versus 4. Arizona, Florida is on the other side. I have no way of really learning what that score is unless it is posted. Still nothing yet. That's a good point in chat. The winner of the match would win the game. I never thought of it that way. The winner will win, and the loser probably won't win. Not really a way to tell, though. Oh, all the playoffs? Yeah, I mean, it will be certainly interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the two teams that wins it from this game, I mean, both of them show that they do have the skill to take it. As we get ready. Course selection time. Perspective now viewing Gremlin. Will be headed up into the sky cloud top cruise. Interesting. It's not. This isn't full screen for some reason. Gremlin did put in his own switch, so I don't know if there's a problem with it on the capture. Don't mind the mouse. Use it for one moment. Sure it's all working. Well, we're gonna have to. I'll zoom it in, but for some reason it is a little messed up. Star going for Gremlin. There it is. That's a little better. Idaho currently have first, second, third, fourth, from what I believe. Wartburg all packed up in the middle. Squid there, you see in 10th place. The Star drives through the lightning. Bullet now used by Gremlin. He has 3 mushrooms in his pocket. John long gone in 7th ahead of Gremlin. Not sure what hit him there. Blue shell coming in. Gremlin hit. That might have been a banana right before the boost. As it starred straight into the bullet bill. No time wasted. It is going to pick up 7th here. We'll wait to see what the rest of the results are. Idaho with 2, 3, 4. But more importantly for Wartburg, they pick up 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Whole middle of the pack, and they're going to pick up 8 points on that race. Luigi the choice now from Gremlin. As we get to our next selection. Will be the Idaho pick of Bowser Castle 3. Wartburg in hand for Gremlin. Wartburg in hand, Mushroom in hand. My goodness, I don't even know how that happened. Wartburg in hand. And another Mushroom. I almost said it again. For Gremlin here in race number 2. Wartburg currently leading 8 points. As Wartburg currently sitting 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I think that might be, it is an orange Yoshi there. 4th as well. There's a white Birdo to break up the sea of orange. I'm not talking about the lava around the track. Horn missed time just barely from Gremlin. It is going to hit John Longon. Lewis and Clark will take his place in 1st. Double picked up there by Gremlin. As a red in hand into a Mushroom. John Longon still sitting in 3rd place. That Gremlin now in 3rd place. There is, however, that red shell coming towards him is going to get stopped by his own red. Light nowhere near. Wartburg take 1, 2, and 3. First, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 8th, and 11th. 18 points. As now Wartburg lead by 26. Swamp Ruins is where we'll head into race number 3. There's John Longon going straight to the back of the pack. Susan Clark Squid leading the way for Wartburg. Red Shell is going to hit Gremlin. Actually, it might have just been the one that's looked like two due to the lag. Racers missing that skip there. A little bit of the jump. Gremlin goes down to pick the coin. Only has 2 right now. Is going to miss that one as well. And doubles his coin count there. Star in hand. Going to drive through the center of that rolling wheel. Don't actually know what it is. Round thwomp. Womp almost dropping there onto Gremlin. Unable to keep his glider hitting that ramp. Last lap, you see that orange Yoshi all the way up ahead. The wheel joins Gremlin on that ramp into the glider. It's a close race up there for at least 3rd and 4th. An explosion that hits that orange Yoshi. Gremlin is going to pick up 9th. We'll wait to see where everyone else lands. 2, 3, 4 for Idaho. That does mean they pick up 1st, 5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, and 12th. They'll lose 8 points. So now it's only the 18 points that they picked up in the second race that has the lead for them. Dragon Driftway, the choice from Wartburg. Gremlin looking at the character screen once again. Go Ludwig. We're going to go to Greece. Athens Dash for race number 4. It's silly to see everybody hopping. Downhill they start. Gremlin alongside Squid, Lewis and Clark behind him. Ray in 10th, Wartburg all in the back trying to get the best items possible. Bomb dropped, couldn't see who it hit. We enter lap number 2. Boo used by Gremlin. Banana. Does drive into the Birdo of Shasta. Had the green shells around them. Bullet in middle of the track. Ray is going to hit Gremlin. Shock used. Lewis and Clark in star, making his way to the front. It's a 1-2-3 as Gremlin drives into that green shell. A 1-2-3 currently for Idaho. John long gone is going to be try to be the first one to break it up. Gremlin with the bill. He's going to go straight into it. Let's have a star. But it looks like it will be heavy points in favor of Idaho. They've got first, they've got second. We'll wait to see what else they picked up. Actually, a great run there. Third, fourth, fifth for Wartburg. That'll be third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 11th, and 12th, though. Might weigh down the points, and it will. Minus 16 points. 2-point lead now for Wartburg. It'll be the Wartburg pick of Rock Mountain. Lewis and Clark currently the points leader. Gremlin staying back, trying to pick best items as possible. Boo is going to use it. Star, on the other hand, triple greens. Is going to burn those greens and use that star. Another star, another boo. We'll wait to see what that result of the boo is. Blue shell in hand, though, for Wartburg. It's going to get tossed out immediately. Gremlin wasting no time. That is going to lock on and hit the Birdo of Idaho. It did hit, though, that orange Yoshi for Wartburg. Gremlin is going to skip across into the bullet bill. Is going to hit John Long Con, or at least it might have seemed like it might have. Up into 7th only, though. It's the pipe. Across the grass, through the trees. Is stuck now off-road. Throws the green shell. Runs into 2 bananas. Lindor of Idaho hit by that big old boulder. Almost smacked by that green shell. Wartburg, orange Yoshis, first, second, and fighting for third. Bullet bill in hand of Gremlin. Gonna wait to use it. There it is. Into the shock. Piranha Plant also 1, 2, 3, 4, and a eat of the teammate from Gremlin. Piranha Plant chooses no victims. They all are. Great use of the fire by Gremlin. It's going to be Crunchy in first place. Gremlin following it up in second. One, two, three, four for Wartburg. That'll be a big point swing for them. First, second, third. 4th, 6th, and 9th for the Knights as they pick up 32 points. Tied for the highest point swing in the entire series. The first 32-pointer came in the last race of game 2, a race that did not matter essentially. Wartburg needed a perfect, got pretty close to it, only 8 points off, but here it does help a lot. We're going to Snowland. Off and running. Only one Birdo is breaking up this top 4 of Orange and Lemmy. Point Blake Shell there does work. Lindor had a block for the red. Triple bananas now becomes 1 for Gremlin. It's still 1-2 up top for Wartburg. Yoshi drives into a wall. Ray getting hit by an item. 3-4 currently sit in the hands of Idaho. Seeing Berto fly in. Rather silly there. Penguin getting hit by the mushroom. A mushroom using Gremlin. He's now in star. Thanks to that, doesn't get affected by that boomerang. Hood does get hit. Top 3 for Wartburg as that shock is used. Gremlin might actually be to his benefit. We'll wait to see if he was. No, was deemed in 3rd place by the time that shock was used. The rest of Wartburg coming up. Hood, the only Idaho driver for a while there in the top 6. Now has light to back them up. Boomerang used. Bullet Bill speeding through. Blue Shell is going to come too late. Wartburg pick up an amazing finish. 1, 3, 4. And quite a few in the middle there. First, 3rd, 4th, 7th, 8th, and 9th will lead to 16 points in favor of Wartburg. They have 50 point the advantage over Idaho now. Rainbow Road, the choice. Rainbow Road once again, this time from 7. For the 7th race, that is. It works up quite well. They are go. Wartburg in the lead by 50. Just when Gremlin uses the red shell quickly there, is going to get that double item box. Mushroom in hand, red shell the next. Shell it hit by the bomb. The edge of the blast is Gremlin. Uses a red shell, hits Lewis. Losing a Clark, Lewis and Clark, gonna fall out of the sky. And Wartburg, their momentum seems to be falling off right about now. As Gremlin is going to fall straight to the moon. Hit that big chain chomp. Here we are in lap number 3. A crazy green shot by Gremlin there. Blue shell flying in. One of the Yoshis over Wartburg fell off. And still not a terrible result for Wartburg, but definitely a far cry from what they just had. 3rd, 4th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 11th. They're going to lose 10 points there. Gremlin going to wait to see what the switch is. Beetle buggy. I don't think that's the name for it, but it's a little beetle. Music Park. They are go. Gremlin sitting currently in last place, as it seems as though Idaho have 1, 2, and 3 maybe. It's currently being fought for heavily. Crunchy getting crunched by the music note. Blue shell flying in. Gremlin now up to 5th. An Idaho driver might have just fallen off there. Squid fighting currently for first place. Gremlin getting that glider just at the last moment. Red shell coming for him is going to hit him. He has 2 mushrooms to recover. Off the drum is going to end up in the fence. Green shell thrown. Still held. But frankly, I thought that was the final lap for some reason in my brain. Two mushrooms in hand for Gremlin. In the lead, 2 Wartburg Yoshis. Dirter in 3rd for Idaho. Item stolen from Gremlin. Squid almost getting crushed by that music note. Gremlin hit by a red shell. Has one of his own. John Long gone. Now sitting in third. Gremlin is going to once again go into the grass. And this will be a nice points haul for Wartburg. We'll wait to see what it is completely. And another great one for Wartburg this time. First, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 12th. Put him up 18. Give him a lead in total of 58. Waluigi Stadium is where we are headed for race number 9, the final 4 races of this one, lest there be a tie. A lot of bumping up front. Gremlin going to get a mushroom. Currently sitting in 11th is going to use it to get across the mud. Not the whole way as Ray passes by, and now we get to the half pipe. Gremlin getting that hop there. You want to get that hop there. You minimize the amount that you go down. You saw it happen there in his first jump. And again here, if you get that trick, or if you just go down naturally without hopping, you wind up falling way further down than you would if you hop over that blue bar. Lets you pick up more boost than you normally would. Bullet is going to drop Gremlin off right on the bridge. Doesn't have a star. Is going to use it to get across this mud. Almost runs into that fake piranha coming out of the pipe. Blue shell flying in. Gremlin, I've actually never seen that happen. I've never seen someone skip up from the ramp onto that top platform. Just me not knowing the game, as Gremlin is going to fly out of the racing lines into the final lap. Gremlin, star in hand, next to Lindor, who has a golden mushroom, is going to use the star once again. Get across that mud. 2 Birdos follow an orange Yoshi. Then you see that daisy of John long gone. Star is used. Banana set perfectly behind the item set. Hits Gremlin. He has that golden mushroom. Is going to use it the whole way through. Bullet trailing him. We'll wait to see. Idaho with first and fourth. There's a lot of on that one. My apologies. But for Wartburg, it's second, third, fifth, sixth, 8th, and 10th. They'll pick up an 8-point swing. They now lead by 66 with 3 races left. Gremlin now in the Koopa Troopa. Idaho, in order to stay in this one, need an average of 22 points a race in this match, this game, this war, whatever you choose to call it. They've only won points 3 times. Little check out of the home screen of Gremlin. They are go. This is a map I know for certain that I have never seen before. Up the stairs they go. Gremlin with a ghost in hand. He's going to use it. We'll wait to see what he gets. A single banana. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't see. I'm trying to understand this track as it's happening. I'm just analyzing instead of talking here. 3 mushrooms in the bag for Gremlin. Runs into a crab as he gets on the final lap. Chill flying it at him. He has a golden mushroom as well as his star. Blue shell in the hand of Gremlin. It is going to get used as it is the white Yoshi leading up front. Cannot dodge it. Gremlin hits the banana, uses a mushroom to stay safe, bouncing from wall to wall. Is going to finish in 11th. Idaho, 1, 2, 3. Wartburg, though, not doing too shabby themselves. Pick up 4, 5, 6, and 7, along with 11 and 12. They lose 16 points on it. Wartburg now up by 50. Mistaken, they were in a very similar situation in game. Yes, in the same situation that they were in game 1, down 50 into the last 2 races. They need to get at least a positive 10 to make the last race matter. It's not impossible. They just did it there. Took a 16-point swing in their favor. Squid alongside Gremlin. Four mushrooms at the ready for Gremlin. Straight into the wall, though, after skipping across that gap. As Wartburg currently occupy at least 4 of the bottom 4. Well, that changes now. Golden Mushroom into Bullet, ready for Gremlin. Idaho having their way up top. That might be top 4 all to themselves. Gremlin doesn't pick up a box there. Saving this bullet bill. There it goes. There's a shock use alongside of it and a blue shell. Three mushrooms in hand for Gremlin. He skips off that wall. Star ready. Ray trails behind him. Uses his star. Idaho still in the lead currently. We'll wait to see where they all end up after they get through these tight hairpins. Bullet bill in hand. Bullet end used by Gremlin. As the first few cross the finish line. He gets all the way up to 8th. But with Idaho taking 1st through 4th, and Wartburg 5, 6, 7, let me be sure, 7, 8, 10, and 11. A 20-point swing. Idaho need to score 30 to tie it. We have seen Wartburg score 32. As Baby Park is the final Wartburg choice. Mario Circuit 3. Selected by Idaho. Race 12 of Game 3, Baby Park. It will be chaotic, but it will be fun to watch. 7 laps separate Wartburg from a final. Idaho is going to do everything that they can to stop that from happening. Gremlin currently sitting in that 7th place, has the mushroom in hand. Red Shell flung ahead. Squid currently sitting in 2nd. Triple Banana around Gremlin. Does have 2 stars behind him now. One of them is Ray, who is going to take that 3rd place. Surrounded now by a Birdo and a Yoshi of Idaho. Blue Shell coming in. Is going to get dodged by that Birdo. Can't see that name on it. It was a Shasta. Lap 6. Gremlin still sitting in 3rd. Make it 5th now. Here we go. Final lap. Everything gets crazier. Wartburg just need to get Idaho to score anything less than 30 points. And they will. We'll wait to see what the official tally is. But they are celebrating in the room next to me. Second, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 8th, and 10th. The Knights end up winning by 40 points. And the Elgato goes down instantly. An instant DC of the switch. Wartburg take it by 40. And last fall, I guess it was spring, actually. So I shouldn't say fall. The spring 2025 champions will be moving on to the fall Division 4 finals. We'll wait to see who they go up against. Have yet to see any postings from anything officially. But it ends. Let me change that number up there real quick. Make sure that reads the 2 to 1. And Wartburg will be once again playing for a title after a very, very close fought race and game between Idaho and Wartburg here in round 1. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Specifically, who their opponent is. I have to change that. But all we know is that next one will be all that matters. It will either be Arizona or Florida. We'll wait to see, but I believe it should be next Sunday, same time, 7:30. Make sure you tune into that. I'm going to ask around, see if anyone wants to hop in. Actually, you know what, I'll save it. I'll save it till next stream. But there you have it. The score that matters, 2 to 1 in favor of the Knights over the Vandals. That's really all I have to say, actually. I think it's pretty late. They're clearing out. I'm going to clear out. I just didn't want to sit on a blank screen, so I cut to this. I moved here. I'm going to send it back to our starting going away screen. But thank you so much for tuning in to Wartburg College Esports. This round 1 matchup between Wartburg College and the University of Idaho in the Division 4 CKL playoffs. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.